33.
Sorry.
Oh, just consenting. I just gotta say, like, you were consenting to be recorded.
Yeah, I think that's new in Zoom.
Is
so.
that new? Okay, because I was like,
Mhm.
that's never happened before.
Yeah. All right, let's get the meeting rolling at 4:33. And like Pam said, it should be relatively short because we only have 3 policies to review.
I know it was
Starting
here.
with meeting room policy.
Yeah, and my apologies about the minutes. I did not get a chance to type those up for our last meeting, so that's why they weren't there. So we'll have to do that at the next meeting.
Where's
Okay.
So I'm sorry, Lama, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I had a question on meeting room policy for Cooperman Room. Is that going to be moving to the 3rd floor then?
Yes, we'll move
And-
back to upstairs where it was, but we'll keep it the Cooperman Room. We took the plaque off the door and we'll put it back on the door up here. So
And so it is wheelchair accessible via
yeah,
elevator?
because the elevator is right there. Mhm.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to be sure I understood that correctly.
Yep.
So what I had on one of the bullets where it mentions library director, I think we should make it library executive director.
Okay,
It says all meetings shall be open to the public. That's how the bullet begins. It's like,
got it. By the library executive director, got it.
and then the next sentence also just says director, probably should say executive director.
Yep.
And then if you look 3 bullets down from that, also library executive director. And the final bullet in that group also should have executive director.
Okay.
All right.
And it was kind of strange to review the policy and even though we haven't had anyone use the meeting rooms for so long, but I'm like, eventually we'll get there.
Yeah, really, it feels like slowly we're
Yeah.
returning to.
Fingers crossed that the Delta variant doesn't throw a, monkey wrench into everything. So,
I know I was out grocery shopping today and I was like, I think I'll wear my mask in here. It was super crowded.
yeah,
And I'm not going to take a chance.
yeah. There's still places that I will wear mine, but I'm a little more comfortable not wearing it here in the library, but I try to if I'm like walking around a lot, like where the public can see. So, but like I said, I mean, either we believe in the science or you don't. And so right now, it is hard though to kind of change that behavior. Okay.
So,
Anything else on that policy?
Tamara, anything?
Nope, I think you covered it. I didn't even think about the executive director thing.
Yeah, normally I catch that.
So,
I read through them rather quickly. Okay.
Okay. And then the very last thing where it says uses of meeting rooms and library facilities not permitted.
Okay.
I think that whole last group of bullets can be improved a little bit by changing, how it keeps saying is prohibited, is prohibited, is prohibited. By saying the title as prohibited uses of meeting rooms and library facilities. Just add prohibited, remove not permitted. So we're just saying prohibited uses of meeting rooms and library facilities. And then once, are you okay? All right, then I would say let's insert a sentence, an introductory sentence that says the following are prohibited uses of library meeting rooms and facilities. Makes sense so far?
Yep.
Okay, then the first 3 bullets, here's how I would modify. I would make it take out no, and the first bullet I put admission fees charged or donations collected for programs. Next one, take out no and make deliveries
Yep.
capitalized, and remove will be accepted at the end. Next one, remove no, capitalize smoking, remove is permitted. And all the rest of the bullets, all that needs to happen is take out is
Is
prohibited.
prohibited, yeah. Got it.
And then I think it's just easier to understand it.
Mhm.
I think we originally had it that way because it's kind of in response to a couple of specific instances, but that was kind of a one, after we, made it really strong that people got that this was prohibited, we haven't had any issues since then, so
Oh, okay, good.
I think we're good. But got it. I like
Okay.
changing them on the fly this way. It's nice.
Yeah, I kind of thought, should I used to be able to, I don't know, I haven't done it in years and years, where you can send a corrected version. Can I do that on yours, or is
So
it better?
you could, yeah, so if I send you something in Word, when you open it, then you can do like track changes, and you can
Yeah.
then send that back to me, and I can see the changes that you've made, and then I can either accept or deny them, basically.
Is that
So,
easier for you, Pam?
I mean, this was fine. I would say that, going forward, if we're not, once we're not meeting on Zoom and that kind of thing, it's always nice to get those ahead of time. Because I use track changes a lot. I know not everyone's comfortable with it. So, I mean, if that's something that you're comfortable with, I'm fine if you want to make
Well,
suggestions.
I
that
haven't
way.
done it. I used to do it when I was at work, but that was 8.5 years ago. So I don't know.
I don't think it's changed that much in terms of the actual, functionality of it. It just might be where you find it on the ribbon, across the Word document. But if that's easier for you, I'm certainly willing to accept changes that way. Like I said, especially once we're meeting in person again.
Okay.
Okay, anything else with that?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Now the equipment use fees, is that on a different policy, or is that still the same?
It's part of the meeting room policy. So it's the fee schedule.
Okay, so my only question on that, Pam, is the coffee urn has no fee, but doesn't the library spend time cleaning up after that? Should there be a little fee for that?
We typically have not charged for what is kind of normal, like doing business. I mean, if things were really awful with it, we would. Actually, I probably need to take that out. I'll need to double check on the some of the equipment may not be the same, and I'll have to double check on the coffee urn because we may have gotten rid of that. So let me make a note of that.
Yeah, I wondered that too about some of the equipment listed here, but I really don't have any, I don't have background on equipment. So
Right. I think everything else is still the same, but the coffee urn, I know we had a lot of discussions about that even before COVID. So I'll have to double check on that because we might have gotten rid of it and just gotten rid of it. Like you could bring in coffee if you wanted, kind of thing. But I'll double check on that, and I'll have that by the meeting next week.
All right.
So I've highlighted that on my copy. So
Okay. And then, of course, at the bottom, approved, and we'll need a new date.
Yep.
All right. So the other two policies, I didn't really have anything. Tamara, how about you?
I did not. I just thought it was interesting that I'm like finding it interesting, just like learning about the policies because I haven't really seen them. So like the naming policy was interesting to me. How you
But
guys.
you don't just randomly read the policies that are on the website?
I don't even know where I would go, but yeah, I find it, I'm just like so interested in like just getting to the policies, but it's so nice to have Lyman who knows like, and you too, Pam, that you like know the ins and outs and like, you're so familiar and it's very nice.
If you ever want to, I think on the website, they're under the about page and there's, or like,
Okay, I'm gonna take a look.
I think
Okay.
there's a separate thing for policies
Perfect.
if you want to see it. So I did want to also point out, I know, because this has come up in the past, that The formatting, we worry about when we post them. So
Okay.
don't pay as much attention to that because I know there's like, there might be a different size font, a different where
Yeah,
the
okay.
name of the policy, that kind of thing. So Karina fixed all of that. And then I just wanted to also say that for the naming policy, there used to be dollar amounts kind of attached to these different things, but we took those out because it's hard to put everything in, I mean, because something can be, we can put a plaque on an outdoor space or something like that. So it's just really hard to assign actual dollar amounts to things. So
Yep.
that's why
I
there's no
was
dollar amount.
curious if there was any kind of like, if you make a $50,000 contribution, you get XYZ.
If someone donates $50,000, they can name anything they want in the library, any room they want. My husband teases me. He goes, "Could it be the Suburban Tire Library?" I said, "If you give us a couple $1 million, sure." The Suburban Tire Morton Grove Library. On the foundation page used to have dollar amounts because when the foundation existed, that was the vehicle that the intent was to use for bigger dollar amount donations. I have that. They're very high dollar amounts. So if you're interested in that, I can send that to you just if you want to see it, but we haven't really done
that's
anything
okay.
since
That's
then.
all right.
We typically don't get really
Yeah.
large donations, just because of the community and stuff. So I think the biggest one we ever got was $10,000 or $15,000 during the first renovation, the renovation of the first floor and the mezzanine level. And there's a plaque in what used to be the quiet study room that was named after the person who donated the money, or in memory of his wife, I think it was. So that's been the biggest donation we've got. I think other than that, the highest donation we ever got was $500. Seems like every year we would get a check for $500, and I can't remember from whom that was, but they didn't put any stipulations on the donation or anything like that. So,
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
Probably if we ever want to do like a capital campaign, like downstairs in the lower level, we did everything, but we didn't have funds to redo the patio. Maybe that's
Mhm.
something that we try to raise funds for, and then maybe we could
Okay.
rename the patio or something like that. So,
By
or
the
the
way, I
Baxter
saw
room, for example.
there were some newer pictures posted. Wow, it's really coming together.
I was just telling Tamara before you got on that they're putting the shelves in today and the display wall went up. They finished that today and it's really coming together, and it's so amazing. It just looks so great. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited for the community. I think it's just going to be such a boon to the library and to the residents of Morton Grove. And I'm just so, so pleased that we were able to do it and it worked out the way that it did. So
And the way that it's working out to me is even better than I envisioned it.
Yeah.
So that's always
Yeah.
a huge plus when it's even a better ending
Right.
than
Yeah.
you originally planned.
And we have squeezed every penny out of that $1.6 million budget. We have gotten definitely our money's worth, and we just really hit the sweet spot with the
timing.
bids as they came in and the timing, and it just really has worked out really, really well. So I'm just again, just super pleased by everything. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see it.
I can't wait to see it.
All right. Well, does anybody have anything else to add to the policies or?
No.
I think we're done, Pam.
Okay, so I will make those changes. Those will be on the agenda for next week's meeting. As of right now, I believe that there should be 4 of you, if not 5. I have not heard from Eric yet, how he's doing. I know that Emily won't be there, and then obviously Mick resigned. So I have not posted yet for appointing a new trustee because I did want to talk to the board about the timing of that, especially since we're not having an August meeting. So, but that will be on the agenda for next week.
Oh. Yeah, and plus, you're unveiling youth services, and I think a lot of focus should go on that.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. We're already working on the newsletter because the August, September issue of the newsletter will feature a big spread about the renovation. So we were working on that. I wrote up a quick article, and yeah, yeah, it's exciting.
It is exciting.
So yeah, so but we'll talk about that. Like I said, I'll put that on the agenda for next week's meeting, but I believe and I will send an email out to the all the trustees that just to make sure, because if anyone else, so I think both of you will be there, Carlotta will be
Yep.
there, and I believe Joanne will be there. And like I said, Eric is still unknown, and I know Emily won't, but if anyone else, if something comes up, we won't have a quorum. So I'll need to know that if like I said, if
I
something-
talked to Erica about 2 weeks ago, and
Okay.
he seemed to be doing really well.
Oh,
I
good.
mean, his spirits were totally positive, and it sounded like he was eager to get back. So I'm
Okay.
hoping, like you, that he will be there with us.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him since that, except since the time right before our last meeting, and he was not, you know, he had had the emergency surgery, so I haven't heard from him since then, and I haven't had a chance to reach out myself. So that's good to know. So, yeah. So I will see you guys next week. As of right now, we're planning on doing the meeting in person. Are you okay with that?
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Perfect.
I am hoping we can do something like we did last time and put the camera downstairs. Now, there's shelves and stuff down there, and there's gonna, and some of the collection will be down there, so I'll have to kind of see what's what. So I'll let you know where to meet though, but
We can squeeze in.
I
I'm
am
so
I am
excited
planning
to
on doing
see.
it in person.
All right, so we'll get the approval of the board on the revisions that we've gotten through, and until next week, I adjourn the meeting at 4:50.
Perfect.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. And thank you
Have
for
a nice 4th of
accommodating me the time.
July.
Yes, have a wonderful 4th of July.
Oh, you know what, Pam, are you in the parade with the library, or?
Are they doing a parade?
I don't think they're doing a parade.
They're not, I don't think they're doing a
Ah.
parade, Lima. Yeah, not this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because normally they normally the you know, the village or more the person who's Terry, what's her face, will contact me from
They reach out.
Morton Grove days. Yeah, they reach out or we hear about it, you know, prior to
Yeah.
that. But I don't think they're doing a parade this year.
No,
So
they canceled everything, I think.
yeah,
They're doing like a big Labor Day
right.
thing, festival. I
Oh.
don't know if it's called a festival, but
We can save all our ideas for next year. I was telling Suzanne, you know, that I said, yeah, I said, every year we're in the parade. I said, not last year and this year. I said, but I said, plan on it next year.
Oh, yeah, she'll have fun with it.
Yeah,
All right.
great.
Thanks again then.
All right,
Happy
see you guys
4th.
later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
thank you. Bye.